Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and the Restless Official 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The walls of Genoa City are closing in, and the tension has reached a fever pitch as Matt Clark's twisted schemes begin to collide with Noah Newman's buried secrets and Sienna Bacall's crumbling lies. In a shocking twist, Mitch, the man everyone thought was long gone or perhaps just a ghost from the past, has returned with irrefutable proof that could destroy everything Sienna and Noah have tried so desperately to conceal. This week, the stage is set for a devastating revelation that could rip through the Newman and Bacall families like a hurricane. At the hospital, the air is thick with apprehension as Nick and Sharon wait anxiously for the doctors to remove the bandages from Noah's face. It's been weeks since the canyon crash that nearly took his life, and even though his physical wounds have been healing, the emotional scars are far deeper than anyone realizes. Noah sits silently, fidgeting with the edges of the hospital blanket, his mind flashing through fractured images of that night, Sienna's voice screaming, headlights in the distance, and a moment of betrayal that he can't quite piece together. As the doctor finally begins to unwind the gauze, Sharon reaches for his hand, whispering encouragement, while Nick watches with a mix of hope and fear in his eyes. When the final bandage comes off, Noah blinks as the light hits his eyes for the first time without obstruction. Relief washes over the room until something inside him jolts. It's like a lightning bolt tearing through his foggy memory. Suddenly, he sees flashes, himself in Sienna's arms, her whispering promises, the two of them tangled in sheets, laughing like they didn't have a care in the world. It wasn't just friendship between them. It was betrayal, not only to Matt but to everyone who trusted them. Noah's entire body goes rigid, his breathing shallow. Sharon immediately notices his panic and presses him gently. "What is it, honey? What's wrong?" But Noah forces a smile, shaking his head. "It's nothing, Mom. Just memories." He lies, terrified that the truth will destroy what little peace his family has left. Meanwhile, in a dark corner of the Genoa City Athletic Club, Mitch Clark, or as everyone now knows him, Matt Clark in disguise, sits with a folder in front of him, a storm brewing behind his cold eyes. Inside that folder lies everything: surveillance photos, emails, secret recordings, and even Sienna's falsified documents proving her role in covering up the car crash and the affair that led to it. Mitch has spent months playing the long game, letting Noah and Sienna believe he was gone, all while collecting the kind of evidence that would burn their worlds to ashes. His smirk deepens as he sips his drink, murmuring to himself, "You thought you could fool me, Sienna. You thought I'd just disappear. But you forget, I always finish what I start." Back at the Newman ranch, Nick Newman paces restlessly after learning from a contact at the club that Mitch has been making noise around town again. "He's not supposed to be here," Nick growls, slamming his fist on the bar. "If he's back, it means trouble." Sharon, ever the voice of reason, warns him to stay calm, but Nick's protective instincts take over. He's been through too much to let Matt Clark, one of his family's oldest enemies, stir up chaos again. "If he's threatening my son," Nick declares, "I'll handle him myself." His tone leaves no room for debate. He's not waiting for the police, or for Victor's counsel. Nick's about to take matters into his own hands, the Newman way. Over at Jabot, a much softer scene plays out as Kyle helps Harrison pack his hockey gear. The father-son moment offers a brief reprieve from the chaos elsewhere in Genoa City. Harrison, wearing a bright blue hockey jersey and gripping his stick proudly, beams as he says, "I've got my game face on, Dad." Kyle laughs, ruffling his son's hair, but his smile fades when Harrison innocently asks, "Have you heard back from Claire yet?" The question slices through Kyle's fragile calm. He pulls out his phone, scanning the latest message from Claire. Her words are sweet: "Tell Harrison I loved his costume. I miss you both more than you know." Kyle swallows hard, his heart twisting. "She says she misses you," he tells Harrison softly. The boy's face lights up. "When's she coming back?" Kyle hesitates, his throat tight. "I don't know, buddy. But I hope it's soon." Diane watches quietly from the doorway, her expression somber. As Kyle and Harrison head out, she turns to Jack. "He's suffering, Jack," she says quietly. He pretends he's fine for Harrison's sake, but he's not. Losing Claire broke something in him. Jack nods gravely, watching his son disappear through the door. "He's a Abbott," Jack replies. "He'll get through it. But it won't be easy." Elsewhere, the storm that Nick promised is about to break. When he finds Mitch lurking outside society later that evening, the confrontation explodes instantly. "You've got some nerve showing your face here," Nick spits, squaring up to him. Mitch's smirk doesn't fade. "Relax, Newman. I'm just here to drop off a little truth bomb." "Your son and Sienna?" "They've been busy. Real busy." He slides a photo across the table, a damning image of Noah and Sienna together, timestamped before the crash. Nick's jaw clenches, fury building. "You set them up," he growls. Mitch leans forward, his tone icy. "No, Nick. They set themselves up. I'm just the messenger." Before Mitch can finish, Nick's fist connects with his jaw, sending him sprawling. "Stay the hell away from my family," Nick roars. Mitch wipes the blood from his lip, laughing bitterly. "You'll thank me one day, Newman. I'm not the villain here, your precious son is." The brawl leaves both men battered, but it's only the beginning. Mitch walks away knowing he's lit a fuse that can't be extinguished. Back at the hospital, Noah is sitting alone in his room, staring at his reflection. His healed face stares back, but he barely recognizes himself. His mind races through the memory again, the passion, the guilt, the crash, Sienna's terrified scream as the car veered off the road. And then, silence. He had blacked out. The memory of Sienna dragging him from the wreckage floods in, followed by her panicked voice, "We have to lie, Noah. No one can ever know." His stomach churns. He'd promised her he wouldn't tell. But now, with Mitch lurking around, it's only a matter of time before everything comes out. Meanwhile, Sienna's at the Bacall Club, pacing in her office. Her phone buzzes, it's a message from an unknown number. "You thought you buried your sins, but I've got the shovel." Attached is a photo, the same one Mitch showed Nick. Her blood runs cold. "Oh, my God," she whispers. She knows exactly who sent it. Panic overtakes her as she tries calling Mitch, but he doesn't answer. Instead, a second message arrives, "Meet me at the docks. Midnight. Come alone." Sienna knows she's walking into danger, but she also knows she can't afford not to. If Mitch exposes her and Noah, it's over. Everything she's built, the club, her reputation, her carefully constructed identity, will collapse. And worse, Noah's life will be destroyed. As the night deepens, Nick returns home, his knuckles bruised, his temper still burning. Sharon tries to get through to him, but he's already spiraling. "He's got something on Noah, Sharon. I saw the look in his eyes. He's not bluffing." Sharon, shaken, begs him to slow down. "If there's proof, we'll deal with it." But violence isn't the answer. Nick, however, is beyond reason. "I'm not letting another Matt Clark tear this family apart. Not again." His words echo through the living room, a grim reminder of the dark history between the Newmans and the Clarks. At midnight, under the cold glow of the docks, Sienna arrives, trembling, desperate, and determined. Mitch steps out from the shadows, his smirk illuminated by the faint harbor lights. "You made it," he says dryly. "I didn't think you had the guts." Sienna's voice shakes. "What do you want, Mitch?" He tosses the folder at her feet. "The truth. Admit what you did. Or I'll make sure every soul in Genoa City knows it before sunrise." Sienna crouches, flipping through the pages, emails, bank transfers, accident reports, and the most damning photo of all, her and Noah together in bed. Her hands tremble as she realizes how thoroughly he's cornered her. "You were supposed to be dead," she whispers. Mitch steps closer, his tone cold. "Dead men don't keep receipts. You made sure of that, didn't you? But you forgot, I always have a backup plan." Back at the hospital, Noah's restlessness grows unbearable. He can't shake the feeling that Sienna's in trouble. He grabs his jacket and sneaks out despite the nurse's protests. As he races through the night toward the docks, flashbacks slam into him, Sienna crying, the screech of tires, the impact, the smell of smoke. For the first time, he remembers everything. He was behind the wheel that night. The crash wasn't an accident, it was a reckless, impulsive act fueled by guilt and betrayal. And Sienna covered it up to protect him. When Noah finally reaches the docks, he sees Mitch shoving the folder into Sienna's hands. "You're finished," Mitch sneers. But before he can say another word, Noah charges forward, shoving Mitch back. "Leave her alone." Mitch laughs darkly. "Oh, this is perfect." The guilty lover shows up right on cue. Noah clenches his fists, ready to strike, but Sienna steps between them, shouting, "Stop. Please." Tears stream down her face. "He knows everything, Noah. He's going to ruin us." Mitch tilts his head, taunting, "Unless, of course, you two confess first." The confrontation spirals into chaos as Mitch pulls out his phone to make the call that will end them both. But before he can dial, Noah grabs it, throwing it into the water. "No more lies," Noah says through gritted teeth. "No more games." Mitch glares, then lunges, but Nick arrives just in time, pulling him off his son and slamming him against a crate. "I told you to stay away from my family," Nick shouts. The dock erupts into a swirl of shouts, sirens in the distance as Sharon calls the police. Mitch laughs bitterly as the flashing lights approach. Too late, Newman. The truth's already out. And somewhere, in the shadows, a hidden camera light blinks red, capturing every word, every blow, every confession. By morning, Genoa City will know everything. Noah's bandages are gone, but the scars that remain will haunt him forever. The early morning light bleeds over Genoa City like a bruise, soft yet ominous, painting the horizon in streaks of orange and gray. At the docks, police sirens wail as officers swarm the scene. The remnants of chaos lie scattered, a broken phone, torn papers from Mitch's incriminating folder drifting across the pier, and the echo of last night's confrontation still vibrating through everyone's nerves. Nick stands guard beside Noah, who's trembling but trying to keep it together. His face is pale, eyes hollow, and his once healing confidence has vanished entirely. Sienna is a wreck, her makeup smeared, hands shaking as she clutches her coat tighter around her body. The adrenaline that carried her through the night has worn off, leaving only the weight of fear and guilt. Detective Chance Chancellor arrives, his expression grim but controlled. "We've got witnesses saying there was a fight," he says, flipping open his notepad. "Nick, I'm assuming you didn't come down here for a stroll." Nick crosses his arms, glaring in the direction where Mitch Clark is being treated by EMTs. "He was threatening my son," Nick growls. "That man's been tormenting this family for decades, Chance. He wanted to destroy Noah." Chance glances between Nick, Sienna, and Noah, reading the tension like an open book. "We'll sort out who was threatening who," he says carefully. But from the looks of things, Mitch wasn't bluffing when he said he had evidence. "My officers found a flash drive floating near the dock. Forensics will see if anything's recoverable." The mention of the flash drive sends Sienna into a silent panic. Her heart pounds in her chest, because she knows exactly what's on it. Recordings, bank transfers, and private messages proving how she covered up the canyon crash. The same crash Noah now remembers in horrifying detail. Noah opens his mouth, his voice trembling. "Detective, if there's evidence, you'll see that I'm the one who," but Nick cuts him off sharply. "Don't say another word, son." Sharon rushes in just then, having raced from the hospital. Her eyes widen at the sight of her son surrounded by police tape and chaos. "Oh my God, Noah," she cries, pulling him into her arms. "What happened?" Noah doesn't answer. He can't. Because what's haunting him isn't just the memory of the crash, it's what he did afterward. How he let Sienna take the blame. How he let her manipulate the truth while he hid behind silence and amnesia. The guilt is suffocating him, and even Sharon's embrace can't thaw the chill that settled deep inside his bones. Meanwhile, Mitch, despite being bloodied and bruised, smirks as paramedics bandage his arm. "Don't waste your sympathy," he tells the EMT with a grim chuckle. "This town loves their saints. But saints always have sins buried deep." His gaze drifts toward Noah and Sienna. "And I'm the one who just dug them up." Chance signals for his officers to escort Mitch to the station for questioning, but Mitch doesn't resist. Instead, he tosses a final barb toward Nick. "You can beat me down all you want, Newman, but when that evidence hits the public, you'll wish I'd stayed dead." Nick lunges again, but Sharon grabs his arm. "Enough," she snaps, her voice breaking. "We can't fight him with fists, Nick. We need to protect Noah." Noah looks at his parents with shame written all over his face. He knows the truth is already slipping through their fingers. He whispers to himself, almost inaudibly, "It's too late, Mom." By the time dawn fully breaks, the Newman ranch is shrouded in tension. Victor Newman sits in the living room, stone-faced, as he reads the first police report Chance sent over. His silence is terrifying. Every tick of the grandfather clock feels like thunder in the otherwise still room. Nikki, standing by the fireplace, finally speaks. "Victor, say something." Victor lowers the file slowly. "My grandson," he begins, his tone low and deliberate, "was involved in a cover-up. A car crash, falsified reports, and," he pauses, his jaw tightening, "an affair with that woman, Sienna Bacall." Nikki flinches. "He's been through so much, Victor." He didn't remember what happened. Victor slams his fist on the desk. He remembered enough. His voice echoes through the ranch like a cannon blast. "He had a responsibility as a Newman, as my grandson, to tell the truth. And instead, he let that viper manipulate him." Nikki pleads softly, "He's young, Victor. He made mistakes, yes, but he's not beyond saving." But Victor is already strategizing, not just as a grandfather, but as the patriarch of a dynasty. He picks up his phone and dials. "Michael Baldwin. I need you at the ranch immediately. We have a legal crisis." Meanwhile, at Crimson Lights, word of the dock confrontation spreads fast. Phyllis, who overhears a snippet of Chance's radio call, practically runs to Sharon's table. "Please tell me this isn't true," she says breathlessly. "Noah and Sienna? Evidence? A fight with Matt Clark?" Sharon, visibly shaken, rubs her temples. "It's true," she admits quietly. "But we don't know how bad it's going to get yet." Phyllis shakes her head in disbelief. "Matt Clark? That psycho? He's been dead how many times now? And he's back again? What does it take to kill that man for good?" Sharon's eyes flash with a mix of anger and sorrow. "It's not about Matt anymore. It's about what he uncovered. Noah's remembering things. And if he's right, then," she trails off, tears threatening to spill. Phyllis softens, placing a hand over Sharon's. "Hey. Noah's a good kid. Matt Clark's twisted mind could have manipulated anything. Don't let him destroy you again." Sharon nods weakly, but the truth sits heavy in her heart. She knows Matt didn't fabricate this time, he exposed something real. And the fallout could be catastrophic. Later that afternoon, Sienna finds herself sitting in the Genoa City Police interrogation room. Her eyes dart around nervously as Chance drops a flash drive onto the table. "Recovered from the dock," he says simply. "Care to explain what's on it?" Sienna's lips tremble. "It's private business records. Nothing illegal." Chance doesn't even blink. "Then you won't mind if our tech team opens it?" Sienna's composure cracks. She grips the edge of the table. "Chance, please. You don't understand. That night, it was an accident. Noah didn't mean to." Chance leans forward sharply. "Didn't mean to what, Sienna?" Her silence says it all. And for the first time, she realizes there's no escape. Mitch's revenge has come full circle, and every lie she ever told is about to collapse. As the officers leave to review the files, Sienna buries her face in her hands, whispering, "It wasn't supposed to end like this." At the same time, Noah sits in the Newman Ranch study, his hands shaking as Victor stares him down like a judge delivering a sentence. "Look me in the eye," Victor orders. Noah forces himself to meet his grandfather's gaze. "Did you," Victor says slowly, "cover up a crime?" Noah swallows hard. "It wasn't like that, Grandpa. I didn't remember. I was in shock. The crash, it was my fault. I was driving too fast. I wasn't thinking. Sienna tried to protect me.